Right, this time around, let me talk about winning people's trust because, as I've told you in the previous episodes in this series, you want to find good buyers. In order to find good buyers, it means you're going to looking to find people who are willing to pay you good money to get what you promise to give to them. For a person to decide to give you good money in a manner that is profitable for you, that's going to be, it's going to be a significant investment because you are doing business, right? That means the person has got to believe that giving you that money is not going to be risky, or it's going to be risky, it's going to be minimal risk or a worthwhile risk, because what he or she hopes to get is going to solve a problem he or she has. So the person will have no major issues saying, okay, let me send this money to this person. In other words, the person will trust you to a great extent to make that payment. So let me just talk about a proven strategy that I've used over the years to succeed by winning people's trust. Now, there's a foundation to using this concept I'm about to describe to you, and that foundation has to do with the way you set up your marketing in terms of your power position and all of that. All of that contribute to the eventual outcome of winning trust. But let me just describe the strategy. I'm still going to talk about that foundation, building the foundation, in other episodes, okay? But this one I feel is important because trust is the most. Without trust, all right, without trust, I've mentioned it before, it's literally impossible to sell. A salesperson needs to first of all win the trust of the person, the prospective buyer. That's it. If you don't win the trust, there's nobody's going to do business with you. Doesn't matter how intelligent you sound, doesn't matter how handsome or pretty you look, it doesn't matter how well dressed you are, it doesn't matter how many qualifications or degrees you have. If people do not trust you, and let me tell you something, the fact that you're an honest person doesn't mean they will trust you. Let me give you an example. You can be an honest person, you can be a pastor, but if you go and offer a solution in a field that people cannot see any evidence that you have competency, they will not trust you. So, for instance, because you're a pastor, then you decide to offer real estate solutions, but nobody knows you to be a real estate person. Nobody knows that you have any experience selling property and all of that. You don't have any experience as a person who is a building engineer or whatever, and you're saying you want to offer real estate services just like that overnight. People wondering, so on what basis am I supposed to believe that if I give you money, you give me property that is worth the investment I'm going to make? How do I know that this property you want to sell to me? How do I know you've done a due diligence? You don't have the track record, you don't have the background, you don't have the pedigree, just because you say you're a pastor? No. Even though, yes, everyone knows you are honest and all of that, and you are a preacher, it doesn't automatically mean that if you venture into a field you have no training in, people will believe you. Okay, that's the point. So it's important to keep that in mind. So let me break it down. Now, sometimes a person can be competent, qualified, and even certified in his or her own field, and still have problems succeeding in getting business from people, getting jobs in paid employment and all of that. Even though you have all the credentials, there will be exceptions, of course. But my experiences and observations suggest that people who suffer that way do so because they fail to inspire trust. All right. So I said something about people not seeing evidence of something to make them believe, even if you don't have the training, even if you don't have the certifications. But there's something about you, the way you present your offer, that inspires trust. Okay, maybe you know how to speak properly, you know how to, because there's some people who are very how do I put it now? Persuasive speakers. I happen to be one, and the manner in which you express yourself and all that. But what also helps you is what is the entire package in which you are presenting your message. That's going to help you also to sell. All right, something about them just not convince those they seek to connect with that they can be trusted to deliver. Remember, I said it. People have to believe. People have to believe that you will deliver what you are promising. So the question is, do the signals you give out make you credible? All right, employers and clients seek people who can add value to them. So we're not just talking about making money here. This is because look, if you're looking for a job, all right, you are practically just trying to sell yourself. So job hunting is like a process of self-marketing. That's basically it. So you may be doing business, you're doing marketing, but even when you're looking for paid employment, you're actually doing self-marketing. You are marketing yourself as a product to your potential employer. All right. So employers and clients seek people. They are looking for people who can add value to them by helping them achieve their important goals faster, if possible with less effort and at less cost. Now, as a results focused person, you will also normally desire to get the very best results on your investment of time, effort, and money. So when somebody tells you, I can do it, trust me, I'm just put yourself in the shoes of a person that wants to buy what you're selling. All right. What thoughts immediately pop up in your mind as you're looking at the person and listening to the person? Are they positively reassuring, or are you getting mixed signals, or are you getting a negative signal? Now, your feelings will be based on a combination of factors. Mainly what you see, like I said, what as they stand in front of you or whatever, just listen to them on phone, what you hear, what you read, or what you have read about him or her. Now, that's also how your reliability will be assessed by others you're trying to sell. So you see, the way you will respond, the way you will analyze things, the way you kind of review and assess the offer that we make to you, looking at that combination of factors, is the same way other people are likely to look at you and assess what you're offering. All right. When you tell them that you can do what you can do, i.e., for example, maybe when they see what they see when they're relating with you and what they hear and read about you. I mentioned that before. So what you do matters much more than what you say. I once came across the following quote, and it really spoke to me. It really resonated with me. What you do speaks so loudly, I cannot hear what you say. It's less of what you say and more of what you do or what you've done that people will use to determine whether or not to trust you. All right. That's why recruiters and employers ask for resumes, and prospective clients want to see your profile. They want to see your website, something about you, and maybe they want to get some details about past projects you've handled or details of experiences you've had. Some of the most successful people in the world have rivals or even critics who admit having sometimes what you might call sometimes grudging respect or admiration for them. That's something that rarely happens by accident. All right. That is where your rival, your competitor, is expressing admiration for you and respect for you. That's not accidental. Usually it's because they've looked at you and they're forced to admit it. It's not something they will just come out up front and do. Now, such successful persons will have proven themselves to be, prove themselves to be reliably competent many times over to achieve that level of acknowledgement from others, particularly others who are like on opposing ends of the field. All right. Now, goodwill of this kind is what some individuals who choose to contest for public office or other valued positions in life often leverage. Maybe you are going to be elected as the president of the alumni association or all of that. You leverage that, okay, to get elected or to get given that preferential treatment. A track record of private business success will enhance your credibility as a candidate that's promising to improve the economy by encouraging entrepreneurship. I mean, it makes sense. Imagine if somebody like, for instance, who's a successful entrepreneur we have now? Well, I mean, let's go with Dangote, for instance, in Nigeria. Much as I'm not a fan of Dangote for a variety of reasons, I don't want to get into that. But yeah, look, he's a billionaire. He runs a variety of businesses. He's successful. And if he says, look, elect me as your president or as your governor or as your local government, I don't know, a senator, and I will help to push for policies and all of that and create an environment that will make entrepreneurs to flourish. That makes sense. That is consistent with what you know about him. So you see, naturally people will feel inclined to trust him. But if he tells you, come on, engage me or elect me so that as your health minister, because I am going to help you to transform the way health technology and all of that, and you start saying, this guy doesn't have any experience in medical field now. What does he know about medicine? Why should we, what's his background? Because he has money? No, that doesn't follow. If he has his money, he uses money to support a candidate that has better credentials. So even though you trust him in some other field where he has achieved and accomplished, where he has a track record and a pedigree, you can't readily embrace his offer if he wants to go into a different field, like for instance, as I said, Minister of Health. It doesn't make sense, So finally, what I'll say is this: if you want to win people's trust, okay, you have to go out and become more. Make more of yourself. Make yourself create an impression in the minds of people with your behavior that shows them that you are worthy of their trust. All right. You can significantly improve your success, rate of your success in winning people over within a short period of time. And I mean to the extent that they readily give you what you want. For instance, payment for what you sell, all right, within 24 hours of sometimes within hours, a matter of hours of interacting with you. Some of them never see you face to face. I'm talking about doing business the way I do business. That's really the purpose of this series. I'm trying to tell people face to face business limits you. The number of people you can do business with at a particular point in time is limited. When you're using technology, internet and PC technology, you're able to increase your reach and impact for your marketing, and you can get multiple sales at the same time. It doesn't mean physical, the moving around does not help do that, but believe me, you can ramp it up. You can combine both strategies, right? So how can you do this? One proven way is by constantly adding to yourself in terms of the useful knowledge and skills you possess. When people discover you often have something useful based on real life experiences to tell them, or to share with them, or to teach them with respect to achieving the goals that they consider important, they'll readily trust you. That's why you need to get out and do things that will give you true stories you can share with others. Make it a goal of yours every day to explore and discover newer and better ways to do what you do. Challenge yourself to think up new ideas to share freely with people you meet and hope to connect with. Remember, you are trying to build relationships. It's relationships, when you build them, that will lead to trust. You don't just wake up overnight and win trust. It's not so easy. There's going to be a system that helps you to lead people to that final destination of trusting you and then deciding to buy from you. All right. Consistently do this every single day. Keep working on yourself, improving yourself, making yourself more, and watch as magically, literally magically, people that you're relating with will begin to trust you and embrace you. Everything I'm saying to you, believe me, listener, is based on my personal experiences and achievements that I've had and I continue to have. It is because of this knowledge that I'm never afraid of what the future holds for me. You can live that way too if you adopt a similar strategy. Remember what I said. Make yourself grow more. Constantly add to yourself. Never be stagnant. Continue to be an evolving personality, getting better and better. Not just in terms of what you do, but in terms of what you know and can share with others to make them better, even if they're not paying you any money. The minute people see you like that, they will naturally trust you. If you have any questions, reach out to me through tayo@tksola.com or go to my website tayosolagBad.com. I wish you well. Oh, by the way, look in the comments, the description box for this video, and you will see some links that can also help you to check past episodes of this series. Cheers.